Nation. Michael Buckhouse here with the Man Hour. We got a great show for you lined up today. We got some buy and sell, 3-win teams. The Kansas City Chiefs win 16 in a row. We got the Lions versus Bucs. Is this the game of the week? Colmsy and Bucs breaks it down and talks about it. We got a lot more to talk about. We got to talk about Tay-Tay as well. Woo, Tay-Tay. But first.
And now, Mike's thoughts.
It is time to develop a different narrative. It is time to stop blaming the referees of why the Kansas City Chiefs are so good. It is time to start blaming the referees why Patrick Mahomes is a 2-time Super Bowl champion. It is time to stop blaming them that why he is an MVP champion. It is time to stop blaming the referees for everything that the Kansas City Chiefs do good/great. Last night, if you watched the game, the referees were very, very unbiased on both sides. I thought it was a very good, clean, called game. Now, obviously, as a Chiefs fan, there were a couple plays that I'm like, hey, why are you throwing that flag? That was a clean hit. AKA when number 21 sacked Russell Wilson and he, quote, landed on him with all of his body weight. I mean, I understand you're trying to protect your stars, you're trying to protect the dollar bills, y'all. But at the end of the day, the referees... the blaming of the referees just need to stop. It needs to stop. We are all sick and tired of it over and over and over again. Like, this is all we hear week after week after week. Just stop it already. God damn. God damn. Damn it. I'm so sick and tired of the referees. Blaming the referees for everything. Facebook is having some streaming issues, guys, so bear with us. YouTube is where it's at. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
You know on the beat every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that thing. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the court. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, then listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs, you know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut you short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzz beaters. We coming live, all 3 speakers go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckhouse here with the Man Hour. Should have heard of manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page. Check out the blog section as well. But most importantly, check out that listen tab. We are doing a massive listen push the next few weeks because we are in a competition. If we can get the most podcast downloads / listens in the month of October, we win some dollar bills, y'all. And therefore, I will pass it on to you guys so you guys can win some dollar bills, y'all. Because when I eat, you eat, and everybody eats, and we all become a part of this show. So, guys, it is head over to that listen tab, push the play button, and just listen to Man Hour NFL Talk week after week after week, day after day after day. If we do not get 100 streams today, I'm going to be upset. I'm not going to be upset. I'm not going to be as upset as my man, BC Combs, because he is always a Chicago Bears fan. But I got to welcome the right-hand man, the myth, the legend, the peanut butter to my ladies, Mr. Brandon BC Combs' the show. What's up, Combsy?
What is going on, Michael Buckheister? What is going on, Man Hour Nation? It is Friday. It is the day after Taylor Swift played a football game. I think she played a football game because she was the only thing that they show. Hell, you click on ESPN, you click on their football tab right now, it's a picture of Brittany Mahomes and Taylor Swift hugging after a touchdown.
Hey, that would be something I would pay to see.
It's getting ridiculous.
It is getting very, very ridiculous.
I think it's been ridiculous, but here we are.
So let's go ahead and dive into that a little bit, Combs. Me and you were talking about this pre-show, as we are kind of tired of the consistent pandering of Taylor Swift, the hype videos for the game, right? I don't know if this was a national thing, but my VPN says I'm in Kansas City, so I get a lot of Kansas City stuff there. But there's a pregame hype video from our Fox affiliate over there in Kansas City, and they're like, "Is she going to be there? Is she going to be there?" And they were obviously like portraying that they were talking about Taylor Swift, and then Donna Kelsey at the very end is like, "Yes, I will be there in the press box." So, I mean, like, there is a point in time where we just get sick and tired of the same things being pushed down our throats over and over and over, right? COVID, the vaccine, the Ukraine war, and now this is getting up there to the point where, like, I almost don't want to watch the football game on any type of sound because we're going to be talking about Taylor Swift over and over and over. Combs, do you think they're beating the dead horse a little bit too much here?
Yeah. They're beating the dead horse with another dead horse. Like this whole thing with I was gonna say Britney Spears, Britney Mahomes and Taylor Swift. It's just getting out of control because every other play they're switching to Taylor Swift to see her reaction.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if she's shown this much during her concerts. Like, could you imagine how annoyed Taylor Swift fans would be if between every song at a Taylor Swift concert, they played NFL highlights?
Or pan to Travis Kelsey in the
crowd?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't. It's so stupid. And I don't like Taylor Swift. My daughter likes Taylor Swift.
I like Taylor Swift.
I'm not a Taylor Swift fan. I'm not a fan of her music. I'm sure she's pretty talented. It's just not my thing. But there's not even we've had celebrities before at football games. I mean, you've had Whitney Houston sing out the national anthem at a Super Bowl. You've had Michael Jackson do the halftime show at a Super Bowl. I don't even remember them being on TV that much when they were there.
Well, because they were performing. It is different when you're performing and then you go to the game, right?
Well, I'm sure that they were at the game. I'm sure they were in their own suites at the game.
Right.
I don't think they just showed up right before halftime and then left right after their halftime show. I mean, maybe they did.
Yeah. So I can't remember who exactly said this, but if I find out, I'm going to give them credit, right? But there was I want to say it was the Pat McAfee show, and he says that the NBA has it figured out, right? Just because the NBA has celebrities at games all the time, sitting right there at courtside, right? They do. Hey, look who's here! Oh, it's Chris Rock. Oh, it's Spike Lee. Oh, it's yada yada, and they show it one time, they hype it up, and they move on, right? The problem with the NFL is we haven't had this celebrity or type of celebrity at games since Jessica Simpson, right? When her and Tony Romo were like a thing, and so they need to hype it up, but at some point they need to figure out a nice little steady thing, like, hey, we'll show her one time, whatever. But it seemed like every other statement out of Al Michaels' mouth last night was a reference to a Taylor Swift song. What is she doing today? Are they going to ride her in the round in the convertible? It is shoving down your throat so much that I almost don't want to watch any Chiefs games anymore because I'm tired of them talking about it.
Yeah, and it's just it's to the point where you just if she's going to be at a game, for fans that aren't Chiefs fans, right? Like, I'm not a Chiefs fan. Mm-hmm. You know what I did last night during Thursday Night Football? I watched the playoff game, the baseball playoff game. I watched the Phillies and the Braves. Now, normally I would switch back and forth, switch the TV back and forth, in between innings or in between a quarter, whatever the case is. whichever one's catching my attention more at the time, I'm flipping back and forth. Or I'll flip open the laptop and have both games going at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
I had zero interest in turning on the Chiefs versus the Broncos last night. Not only was it, I think it was going to be a bad game and a blowout, which it ended up not being a blowout because the Chiefs can't figure out their offense because they have the worst offensive coordinator in the history of the NFL. But they also, like, I knew it was going to be a Taylor Swift show. Right. And I have no interest in that. So I didn't. I watched the entire baseball game.
Yeah, so I have no interest of talking about Taylor Swift either for the rest of the show here. So we are going to actually dive into the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Denver Broncos last night. The Kansas City Chiefs did extend their winning to 16 games in a row over the Denver Broncos. And I actually just saw a meme earlier on one of my chat groups here, Combsy. And the last time the Denver Broncos beat the Kansas City Chiefs, there was no Disney Plus. There was no Fortnite. There was no TikTok. There was no Vegas Golden Knights. So there literally was a hockey team that has been created and has won a Stanley Cup before the Denver Broncos have beaten the Kansas City Chiefs the last 16 times. But we learned a couple things last night about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos game. We learned that the Kansas City Chiefs are still trying to figure themselves out, Combs. Let's just be honest. Patrick Mahomes had a really good stat line last night. He was 30 for 40, 306 yards, 31 yards rushing. But he did make a very, very bad decision in the red zone through that interception, and the Kansas City Chiefs had to kick 4 field goals last night versus a terrible Denver Broncos team. So, Combs, I got to ask the question, if the Kansas City Chiefs cannot figure out the red zone issues, are they going to start to be on a losing trend? Are they going to start to be downplaying like, hey, the Kansas City Chiefs aren't that good anymore? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
What they need to do is Andy Reid needs to get into the office this morning. He needs to roll up his newspaper. He needs to walk over to Matt Nagy and he needs to smack him on the nose and say no and take away that play card. Like a bad dog. Because I don't know who decided that Matt Nagy needed to take over the offensive play calling. Maybe they missed the entire 4 years that he was a Chicago Bear head coach doing all the play calling. But it needs to stop. This offense has been terrible. Now look, what are they? 4-2? 5-1?
They are 5-1 right now.
All right, so 5-1. They figure out ways to win. Their defense is really damn good.
Yep.
They found ways to win. But this offense is a 30-point-a-game offense. And they're struggling to beat some really bad defense. The Miami Dolphins put up 70 3 weeks ago on that Denver Broncos defense. Hell, the Bears put up 27 on that Broncos defense. Should have put up more. We can argue that one. And then last week, I believe they gave up 30 points again. Like, they've given up over 120 points in the last 3 weeks. And the Kansas City Chiefs couldn't muster more than 19. Now I get it's a Thursday night game, and this stuff tends to happen. This has been a trend with the Kansas City Chiefs all season. The most points they scored was against the Bears defense that they probably should have put up 90 on. And they did put up 40. But that was their best offensive showing all year. And you and I could go out there and put up 40 on the Bears defense.
Let's not get crazy.
No, it's true. The Bears defense is pretty bad.
So, Combs,
I watch them every week.
It sounds like we're getting some feedback from your headphones. So maybe turn down your headphones like a little bit, maybe because we're getting a little echo happening, and it's making you cut out. So we only heard like every third word that you were coming out there. But we have to realize that the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Denver Broncos, it is still a division game. It is still a Thursday night game. So what gave you any indication that we were going to have some type of offensive explosion from the Kansas City Chiefs? Guys, Thursday night games are the worst football games of the week. I don't care if it is the Denver Broncos versus the Chicago Bears. I don't care if it's the New York Jets versus the Chicago Bears. You can literally have the 49ers versus the Philadelphia Eagles on Thursday Night Football, and it's going to be a bad game. Thursday Night Football games are complete shit shows, and I absolutely hate them. So for the Kansas City Chiefs to muster up 19 points, that is a sign that, hey, things are still coming together. We just need to slow it down, baby. Matt Nagy, you keep dogging your boy Matt Nagy, but he was the last Chicago Bears coach to have a winning record and take them to the playoffs. So you can call a spade or whatever you want, but Matt Nagy is not a terrible coach. The Bears just weren't satisfied with his mediocreness winning.
They scored 13 points in that playoff game.
Okay. Still,
and they lost on a double doink.
Still,
they
more
went to the
points than
playoffs
Matt
because of that
Eberflus.
defense, not because of that offense.
So they can't.
Matt Nagy is trash.
The Kansas City Chiefs are going to go to the playoffs because of their defense, not their offense. I mean,
right, because Matt Nagy's calling the plays.
No, come on, man.
Dude,
listen.
If you're telling me that you watched Matt Nagy's tenure as a Chicago Bear and felt like his offense worked, then you don't know football, sir.
Did yes or no? Did Matt Nagy go 13-3 season in Chicago?
No.
What?
He went 12-4.
12-4. Okay. Did he go 12-4?
One season, yes.
Yes. Did he make it to the playoffs twice?
Yeah, the second time as an 8-8 team.
Still made the playoffs. How many times how about this? How many wins does Matt Eberflus have in his career as a Chicago Bear head coach?
I don't know.
3.
4 now?
3. The man has 3 wins.
4. They won 3 last year, and they've got 1 this year.
Okay, 4 freaking wins. Matt Nagy had that in 6 weeks. So, stop dogging your boy. Matt Nagy is one of the best coaches that Chicago Bears have had in the last 20 years. Let's just be honest.
You're out of your mind.
He has the best record. He has the best.
I can't with you, man.
I mean, you guys want to keep throwing stats at me. I'm throwing stats. The stats are that Matt Nagy is above 500 coach for the Chicago Bears. The fact of the matter is they went to the playoffs twice with Matt Nagy. The writing is on the wall right there. Matt Nagy is better than Matt Eberflus and whoever else you had, John Fox and the black guy, and it goes on and on and on. But this is about the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to be just fine. John Peoples is in the chat, and he said, "Did the Denver Broncos expose the weak offense of the Kansas City Chiefs?" No, they did not. The Denver Broncos did not expose anything to the Kansas City Chiefs. The only thing that was exposed last night was Thursday Night Football games suck. That was the only thing that was exposed is Thursday Night Football games suck, Combs. Can we just do away with Thursday Night Football in general? Hell, make it a Saturday Night Football game. That would be a hell of a lot better than freaking Thursday night, right?
Thursday Night Football isn't as bad as Matt Nagy calling plays.
Oh, whatever. Matt Nagy was not the issue last night. The issue last night was Patrick Mahomes.
He's been the issue all season.
Patrick Mahomes has been the issue all season long. He is
Stop it.
He is hanging onto the ball for 7 seconds per snap. He is averaging 7 seconds per from catching the ball to making a decision. He is hanging on the ball way too long. He is making dumbass decisions. That interception in the end zone, I believe it was the second drive or third drive of the game. The Chiefs had an opportunity to go up 10-0, and he just floats it up there and throws an interception to Isaiah Simmons. Isaiah Simmons has picked off Patrick Mahomes more than anybody else in the NFL. It is just absolutely crazy. But nothing was exposed last night for the Kansas City Chiefs. The only thing that was exposed is that they're going to be a damn good football team when this offense starts to click.
We're going to see this coming weekend, right? Because next weekend they're playing the Chargers.
Yeah, next Sunday.
They're going to have to get into a shootout with the Chargers.
Why? The Chargers offense is blah at best.
What?
Yes.
Justin Herbert's like one of the top quarterbacks in the league.
He
This
is.
offense, the Chargers are scoring 30 plus points just about per game.
Okay. And who have they played?
Oh my God. Stop it.
Listen, I am just being those fans out there. Who the Dallas Cowboys played? Okay. The Chargers put 24 up against the Raiders. The Chargers put 28 up against the Vikings. They put 24 up against the Titans. And they did put 34 up against the Miami Dolphins in that week 1 loss. The Chargers are not a very good team. They are 2-2. Oh, they're trending in the right way. They beat the Vikings and the Raiders.
Well, that was my point when we get to it, is that they're going to get into a shootout because this defense of the Chargers is not very good. And if you only muster, again, 20 points versus the Chargers, you have a problem.
I don't think they have a problem.
Okay.
The problem is like the only problem that I see in Kansas City right now is Patrick Mahomes knows he has a top 10 defense in the league. Knows that he can make some dumbass choices, some dumbass mistakes, and the defense is going to bail him out over and over and over again. I think that is the only thing that's happening.
You think that's the way Patrick Mahomes thinks, really?
Yeah, because
what are you doing right now?
A couple years ago, when the Kansas City Chiefs were giving up 40 points in a game, right? Would we have seen Patrick Mahomes hang on the ball for 10 seconds and then take a 2-yard sack? No, we wouldn't have. We would have seen him throw it away. And, like right now, I feel like he is trying to force plays to happen. He is like a hitter in baseball that is just like in a slump. He is swinging at anything close, and it is.
He doesn't have any weapons.
What do you mean doesn't have?
He's got Travis Kelce.
Okay.
And Isaiah Pacheco.
Rashid Rice is going to be a baller. They still have MVS. They have not even thrown the ball to yet for whatever reason. They have Watson.
Because he's not fast enough to get open.
He's the fastest guy in the field.
He's not the fastest guy in the field. He's not even the fastest chief.
Oh, whatever. My mouse doesn't work all of a sudden.
He got beat by a lineman last week in a foot race.
Allegedly. But John is in the chat, and he says Matt Nagy is not better than Lovie Smith as a Bears head coach.
No.
Yeah, but
he's not.
Lovie Smith was
Matt
way
Nagy
before
might
Matt
be
Nagy.
better than Matt Eberflus. I'll give him that.
Matt Nagy is the second best coach behind Lovie Smith in Bears history.
Stop it. I will punch you right in the throat.
Sorry, Mike Ditka went and saved you guys, right? I forgot about that. John says, what has Mahomes done for you lately? He has thrown now 5 interceptions and like 10 touchdowns. So, I mean, he is still a great quarterback. Just because he's in a slump, just because he's struggling right now, doesn't mean that he isn't going to be good for moving on. I mean, we all need to slow it down.
It's a better ratio than Jordan Love.
True. Hoffy's in the chat. Hofstadter, as he wants to be called nowadays. He says they have Jarrett McKinnon as well. They do have some Jarrett McKinnon. He is the 5th running back in on the team. So
like I repeat, he's got Travis Kelce and I
whatever. When Rashid Rice starts getting $150 every game, 2 tutties, MVS starts to go off, then come back to me.
Rashid Rice is Byron Pringle 2.0.
What? All right. First of all, never dog a Kansas State player ever again. Keep my team's name out of your mouth. Come here and let me. Combs, were you born on the highway?
I don't even think Kansas State remembers you played for them.
Answer the question. Were you born on the highway?
No.
Well, you should have been, because that's where all the accidents happen. Jesus. Hoffy says, is this a football show or a hockey show? Blackhawks suck. # Bruins.
Hoffy, your mom.
Great. 1997 just called. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and move on from the Kansas City Chiefs talk. We are going to be just fine, as Hoffy says. RELAX. The Chiefs will be just fine. I do agree with that. 100 AK. 100%.
I noticed a trend on YouTube. Every time you say Hoffy's name, viewers leave.
Yeah, imagine that. All right, guys. So let's move on. What is wrong with my mouse today? Well, let's move on to the rest of some NFL talk. And Combs, there are 3 teams out there right now sitting at 3 wins. They are 3-1 or 3-2 going into the Week 6 matchup here. Those teams include the Buffalo Bills, Pittsburgh Steelers, Los Angeles Rams, Dallas Cowboys, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Atlanta Falcons, New Orleans Saints, and the Seattle Seahawks. Out of those 8 teams, give me a team that you are buying going into the rest of the season.
Well, the Buffalo Bills, for sure. I don't know that they'll win the division. Miami's really good. So Buffalo might have to settle for a wild card spot. Even if they win out. That's how good I believe the Miami Dolphins are. So Buffalo Bills I'm buying into. The Baltimore Ravens I'm buying into. I think that they're probably one of the best teams in the AFC when they're healthy. The Dallas Cowboys, I hate buying into them because they always find a way to blow it, but I'm going to buy into them. And I'd hate to do it, but I got to go with another AFC team. I'm going to buy into the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Well, the Jacksonville Jaguars are not a 3-win team.
Yeah, they are. They're 3-2.
We are not talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars ever on this show, ever again. No. So, out of those 3 wins teams, there is a particular team that I am liking. Those 3-win teams, obviously, everybody is decent in the NFL, but a team that we need to look at moving forward that is a 3-win team right now. That is the Seattle Seahawks. Guys, the Seattle Seahawks have one of the best constructed rosters out there. They could be 2 or 3 behind the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers about the roster that they have. The Seahawks, the only thing that they are lacking is steady quarterback play. And Geno Smith is giving them steady quarterback play. Guys, the Seattle Seahawks are a team that you need to buy into right now. The Seahawks are going to win the NFC West. The Seahawks are going to make some noise in the playoffs. Hell, it would not surprise me one bit if the Seattle Seahawks go to the Super Bowl right now and upset the Kansas City Chiefs. It would not surprise me one bit. You have to buy into some Seattle Seahawks right now. What do you want, Combs?
What are you smoking?
I'm not smoking anything, man.
They're going to win the NFC West? Did you forget that the San Francisco 49ers are in the NFC West?
I did not. One of the most overrated teams in the NFL. They have a flash-in-the-pan quarterback, Brock Purdy. Don't look surprised at me, boy.
At
Mr.
least
Accident.
Once or twice a week, you make me question whether or not you've ever seen a football in your life.
I got one right here. Look, it has Cowboys on it.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Chiefs fan, Packer fan. But the Seahawks, who have they beat the Lions? That was a good win.
Okay.
In Detroit.
Right.
But since then, they've beaten the Panthers and the Giants.
Okay.
Who have they played that makes you a believer? It makes you believe that they're better than the San Francisco 49ers, who just absolutely put it to the team you have on that football, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
In Dallas.
So let's look at this, right? The Seahawks have one of the best 1-2 punches running game in the NFL. Kenneth Walker III can be compared to CMC. Let's just be honest. Kenneth Walker III is doing great things. When you look at their receiver core, they have DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett from the Kansas State University, baby. Put some respect on that boy's name. And the Ohio State rookie, Jackson Smith-Njigba, right? They have all the pieces on the offensive side to be damn good. Not only that, they have one of the best defenses out there, right? And their best defensive player hasn't even played a full freaking game yet. That's Jamal Adams. Once Jamal Adams comes back from his concussion, that defense is going to be lockdown city. Lockdown city. That is actually why I have this game as a game to watch this week, and that is the Seattle Seahawks going to Cincinnati at the 1:00 game. Guys, stop sleeping on the Seahawks. They're the real deal.
You just put Kenneth Walker, trust me, I believe in Kenneth Walker. I believe he can be a good running back in this league.
Yeah.
You just compared him to Christian McCaffrey.
As far as rushing goes, yes. Now, as a whole package, CMC has a little bit better package than Kenneth Walker.
Christian McCaffrey has twice the yards.
Because he's the only back that the 49ers have. Once he gets injured in week 9, which he always does, with a sprained ankle or like a hamstring, Kenneth Walker's going to have double the yardage.
Okay, so what you're telling me is that Kenneth Walker is going to be better than Christian McCaffrey when Christian McCaffrey's not playing.
Exactly. What is the best?
You're a freaking genius, dude. Genius.
So what is the best aspect of a player? Is being available to play. When you are unavailable to play, like Christian McCaffrey has been many times in his career, Kenneth Walker, yes, he got injured late last season, but it didn't even matter at that point because they're already in the playoffs. Kenneth Walker's going to be better than CMC.
I'm glad that it says Walla Hoffy down here.
Yeah.
Because I don't want anybody to know that this is Combs right now.
Yeah, I haven't.
This is all Bucs take. I don't want my name anywhere near this. This is Bucs spewing garbage right now. Seattle Seahawks are going to win the NFC West according to Buck. They're better than the overrated 49ers according to Buck. And Kenneth Walker is better than Christian McCaffrey.
I said they are equivalent. I didn't say he was better. I said they're
okay.
Equivalent.
So they're equivalent. That's even just as bad.
It's just as bad. Laura, what's up, Laura? Mrs. White Monster Energy drinking herself. She says White Monster is the best monster out, out there. But she says Seahawks too, baby. Come on, put some respect on their name.
She lives in Seattle.
So root for the hometown team. Actually, she's a Vikings fan, if I remember correctly. Hofstadter. This is not Big Bang Theory. This is Man Hour. But he says, whoa. I like the 3-2 Seahawks, but they aren't winning the West or winning the Super Bowl.
They might not win a game for the next 3 weeks.
Or whatever. They will beat the Cincinnati Bengals. They will beat that bastard down. Let's go.
Do you want to bet? Let's bet.
Listen, I think you still owe me like $100. So let's do a shave bet. Let's make your wife super mad.
Okay. So if the Bengals beat the Seahawks this week, you shave.
Okay.
And if the Bengals beat the Seahawks, I'll shave.
You mean if the Seahawks beat the Bengals?
Or if the Seahawks beat the Bengals, I'll shave.
I saw what you were trying to do. You're like, man, Buck's going to shave either way. I'm not that stupid. I'm not. That's stupid. Hoffy says,
as I win, tails you lose.
Right. If it was in San Francisco, or excuse me, Santa Clara was not in Dallas. What does that have to do with anything? I'm so confused. Katie,
because I said the Niners beat Dallas in Dallas.
Oh, okay, whatever. Either way, the 49ers beat down the Dallas Cowboys.
If you haven't noticed, Hoffy, today is not a day where we're going to be accurate because apparently Kenneth Walker is just as good as CMC.
It's Friday the 13th, baby. You got to do what you got to do. Katie Wilson's in the chat. What's up, Katie? She says, I have to admit, that was a good game last night. It was a good game for the football fans, right? If you don't mind looking at tape.
It was a good game for Taylor Swift fans because they got to see her more than we got to see football.
Right. Once Jamal comes back from his concussion, he'll have a sending injury. Oh, Hoffy, here we go. Not wrong, I guess. No, not wrong. Then Hoffy also says, I'm going back to bed. Buck is off his rocker. John says, I agree, Hoffy.
Hoffy, if you try to crawl back in bed right now, Judy's going to kick your ass.
Yeah, probably. John says, how about a jersey swap? We're not doing jersey swaps between Combs and I. We always do shave bets, shave heads, shave faces, shave buttholes.
I've got all sorts of jerseys.
Yeah. And then James Frank is in the chat. He says, Christian is probably the best running back in the league, only because Nick Chubb is hurt, though. Listen, I am not trying to downplay the greatness of Christian McCaffrey. I am downplaying his ability to be available, what it comes down to. Every time he gets used like this, look how he was used in Carolina. He had 400 touches in a season, and then the next 3 he was injured. So right now,
Is there something in the water? Like, what are people drinking right now?
What do you mean?
How is Christian only the best running back in the league because Nick Chubb is hurt?
Have you not watched Nick Chubb play? Nick Chubb
Yes,
is a
Nick
dog.
Chubb is great, but it's okay to admit that Christian McCaffrey is the best running back in the NFL.
But he's not.
Period.
He's not.
What are you talking about?
He has the best package. He can run the ball and catch the ball. He is great at that, right? But if it's strictly based off of rushing, give me Nick Chubb every day of the week. Hell, give me freaking Ty Montgomery. Like,
you're out of your mind.
I'm not out of my mind.
You're out of your mind.
A good game for a nap, says Huffy. So I give you a team that I'm buying. Out of those 3-win teams, Colmsy, what team are you selling? Like, what team do you have zero faith in?
The Seahawks.
Why? Why?
Because you picked them. Anytime you pick a team to be good, the Detroit Lions,
I give you that.
they're usually pretty bad.
Yeah, I give you that.
But no, out of the 3-win teams, the ones that I'm not buying the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm not really sold yet on the Indianapolis Colts. And I'm not buying the Falcons or the Buccaneers.
Ooh, the Buccaneers. Have you not been watching the show? I've been right about the Buccaneers all season long, baby.
You're about to find out this weekend that you're wrong.
We'll be talking about that coming up here very, very soon. But a team that I am selling 100% on this 3-win team, and that is the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jacksonville Jaguars are one of the most overrated teams in the NFL. Last season, people are saying, oh, they're going to do so great this year. What gave you guys any indication that they're going to be so great? They did not add any special talent. They did not add anything through the draft. The Jacksonville Jaguars did beat the Buffalo Bills last week. I will give them that. They did beat the Buffalo Bills. But, Combs, the point of the matter is like when you look at their schedule moving forward, they're going to get beat this weekend by the Indianapolis Colts. They are going to get beat by the Houston Texans again. They're the Jaguars are just not a very well-constructed team. They have some nice pieces, right? I like me some Travis Etienne. I like DJ Clark. They have some nice pieces, but they cannot compete with teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers. They cannot compete with teams like the Houston Texans or Cleveland Browns or, hell, the San Francisco 49ers or, hell, I think the Panthers might beat them in January 1st game or New Year's Eve game. The Jacksonville Jaguars are the worst 3-2 team right now, and you guys need to sell everything about the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I don't know what just happened, but I lost you for like that entire segment.
It happens when you party naked.
It does.
But Jacksonville Jaguars, sell. Also, guys, sell the Baltimore Ravens as well.
I don't know if I would sell on the Why would you sell on the Jacksonville Jaguars? They play in a really not tough division.
That division's tougher than you think. The Houston Texans are up and coming. The Colts are the front runners right now. You still have the Tennessee Titans. It would not surprise me.
The Tennessee Titans are not good.
Well, they're not.
If I went and looked at the rest of their schedule, I have maybe 3 certain games I would pick them to be underdogs.
Just 3?
Just 3. Because the rest of their schedule, they got the Saints. I would say.
Looks like you're frozen. It looks like you're having some internet issues over there at Colmsy. Are you back?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. And you're gone again. So Colmsy is obviously having some type of internet issues, and looks like he is now out and out for the count. But what he was trying to say is that the Jacksonville Jaguars have an easy schedule moving forward. He says, oh, they are only going to possibly lose 3 games. And when you look at their schedule moving forward, they play the Colts, they play the Saints, they play the Steelers, the 49ers, and then they had the Bengals, Browns, Ravens, and Buccaneers. Guys, it would not surprise me one bit if the Jacksonville Jaguars do only win 3 games for the rest of the season. Combs thinks that they can only lose 3 games for the rest of the season. I see them possibly only winning 3 games for the rest of the season. Maybe over the Panthers, maybe over the Houston Texans. They do play the Titans twice, so that could be 4 wins there. But they're going to lose to the Colts. They're going to lose to the Saints. They're going to lose to the Steelers. They're going to lose to the 49ers. They're going to lose to the Bengals, Browns, Ravens, Bucs. Hell, the Panthers might get their first win of the season on New Year's Eve over the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are just not a very good team. I don't know. Laura says, wait a damn minute. Hold up. I'm not a chicken fan. Slow it down, baby. All right, guys. So let's get into some week NFL 6 talk. There are a few games here that I am very intrigued to watch here. And first game number 1 up here is the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. I feel this game is intriguing to me because of the simple of the fact is that whoever loses this game is going to have a fire sale. The loser of this game is going to trade their starting quarterback. The loser of this game is going to trade one of their receivers. The loser of this game is going to probably trade their best defensive player. So if you are a team that is needing some pass rushers, a team that's looking for a receiver, a team that's looking for a quarterback. I'm talking like the New York Jets. I'm talking about the Buffalo Bills. I'm talking about the Giants, maybe the Seahawks. There are teams out there that could be looking for some players, and they're going to cherry pick from the loser of this game. So if the Minnesota Vikings lose this game, Kirk Cousins out of town, Danielle Hunter out of town, Justin Jefferson out of town. Get those 3 guys out of there. Build from within. If the Bears lose, I'm not for sure what players you want from the Bears, but maybe Mooney. Mooney is gone. Edmonds, the linebacker, probably gone. But the loser of this game will have a fire sale. That's why I am intrigued of this game. Next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. This game is intriguing because I've been talking up the Seattle Seahawks. I am talking like they are one of the best teams in the NFC, and I think they are. And they're going to show it this week. Not only is it a cross-country flight, it is a 1 p.m. game, and they're playing the Cincinnati Bengals, a team that's looking much improved. So the things I want to see from this game are the Bengals truly back. But can the Seahawks, hang with the time change? Next up is the Colts versus Jaguars. This game might determine the AFC South. I am selling the Jaguars, and I'm hopping on the Colts bandwagon. It is time for some Minshew Mania in Indianapolis, Indiana. Let's go, baby. But I want to see the growth of the Minshew Mania for the Colts. I want to see the uses of Jonathan Taylor. Are they going to have a true 1-2 punch system? Or is it strictly going to be Jonathan Taylor and then Zach Moss just on third downs? I'm intrigued of like what they're going to do, and I want to see if the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to prove me right. Are they that bad, or do they need to move on? Laura with the skull. David is in the chat. Says Chargers West Coast represent. Laura also says Kirk Cousins needs to go. We talked about that yesterday. I believe it was Kirk Cousins to the Jets would make the most sense. Actually, I believe it was John and Jim were saying Kirk Cousins to the Raiders. Make it happen. But it is time to get into the game of the week. It is time to possibly circle this game on your matchup. And this is a game that I am so intrigued about because this could represent the second place team in the AFC. This could be the representatives of the NFC in the Super Bowl, and that is the Detroit Lions taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is a 4:00 game. It is at Tampa Bay, and the Detroit Lions are ready to make some noise and show that they are the best team in the NFC, but the Buccaneers are right there too, baby, so slow it down. But I got 3 ways how each team can win their respected games, and we're going to start with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3 ways the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can upset the Detroit Lions on Sunday, Week 6 NFL is the defense must continue to play well. the Buccaneers defense has been very, very good. Their losses this season came when they were just basically outmatched on every aspect of the game. Philadelphia Eagles, right? They are just a damn good, talented team, but their defense just needs to continue to play well. Also, Baker Mayfield is playing at a very elite level right now, MVP level. Not to toot my own horn, but I said he was going to be great in Tampa Bay. He needs to continue to do what Baker Mayfield has been doing. 300 yards passing, no interceptions, right? He just needs to be continued to playing well. Yes, he does have 2 interceptions so far this season, but he is protecting the ball, making good plays. Let Mike Evans eat, baby. Next up is stay in front of the chains. What makes the Detroit Lions so great right now is they've been winning on first down. They have been winning on first and second down over and over and over again. If you stay in front of the chains, that makes you a 1-2 punch offense, right? You can run the ball. You can pass the ball. It eliminates Adrian Hutchinson. It eliminates the other side of the ball, right? They cannot pin their ears back and just put pressure on Baker Mayfield. Stay in front of those chains. That is how they can win. So I did see a comment that I got to address here. Katie says the trash Broncos need to trade Frank Clark away. They actually just cut Frank Clark. So Frank Clark has officially been released by the Denver Broncos as in like an hour ago. So Frank Clark is a free agent as of right now. So it is what it is. But those are 3 ways that the the Tampa Bay Buccaneers can beat the Detroit Lions. But this is 3 ways that the Lions can beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday at 4 o'clock here on the East Coast. Is number 1, they have to force Baker Mayfield into mistakes. They have to put pressure on Baker. They have to force him to throw the interception. They have to force him to make bad throws. Force Baker Mayfield into mistakes, and you will win this game. Number 2, don't let White go off. Every time the running back for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers has over 50 yards, Tampa Bay Buccaneers win the game. 50 yards doesn't sound like a whole lot, but that is about the MO that we're getting in the NFL right now. 50, 60 yards is a good game. So keep him under 50 yards. You have a very good opportunity to win that game, a.k.a. shut down the rushing attack. Number 3 is don't get cute. Don't get cute. We don't want to see no double reverse flea flicker crap. We don't want to see no reverse speed option wide receiver pass to Jared Goff. Don't get cute. Don't get cute. Just simply keep doing what you guys do. Run the ball, nickel and dime down the field. Let the defense win you this game. Don't get cute. Yes, they have been putting up 40-plus points the last couple weeks. The offense is clicking, but don't get cute. Do not get cute. Force Baker Mayfield into mistakes. Stop the rushing game of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and don't get cute. And the Denver Broncos, the Detroit Lions will win this game. Will win this game. NFC North represent, says Laura. But, guys, that is going to be it for today. Actually, it is not. We got some game picks to go through here. Let me pull up the games. Let me pull up some picks here. And you guys can play along in the chat as well because this is live, raw, uncut NFL sports talk. Last night, we didn't have the Kansas City Chiefs to beat the Denver Broncos 19-8. I am 1-0 on the week so far. I did pick them to win. But we do have the Baltimore Ravens playing Tennessee over in London, 9 o'clock in the morning. I am taking the Ravens in this matchup. I think the Ravens have just a little bit better coaching staff right now. The Tennessee Titans are just not playing very good football. We had the Commanders taking on the Falcons. This is a true test for both teams. This is if the Commanders lose this game, I think Ron Rivera might be out. Seriously, if the Commanders lose and it's just an ugly game, I think the Ron Rivera might be out. But I'm taking the Falcons to win this game. I think the Falcons have a lot to prove, a lot of things moving forward. Then we have the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Chicago Bears. The Chicago Bears haven't looked terrible as of late. Minnesota Vikings haven't looked terrible as late either, but Justin Jefferson is out for the next 4 games. He's been placed on IR. Chicago Bears are just a little bit more healthy. Maybe they have a little bit more grit in them. I am taking the Chicago Bears in this matchup of the NFC North battle. Seattle Seahawks take on the Cincinnati Bengals. I am liking me some Seahawks. Give me the Seahawks in this game. I'm not saying that the Bengals are playing bad football, but they need to repeat it, right? They did play well against the Arizona Cardinals, but we need to see it. San Francisco 49ers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Many people say this is a trap game for the San Francisco 49ers. It is a 1 o'clock kickoff. They have a really good defense. However, Deshaun Watson might miss this game. Myles Garrett might miss this game. But I am picking the upset. Give me the upset in this game. Give me the Browns in this game. If Deshaun Watson plays this game or DTR plays this game, they're going to go off. Whoever the quarterback is for the Cleveland Browns, they're going to go off against the San Francisco 49ers defense. They're going to be tired. They're going to be sluggish. 1 o'clock kickoff. Give me the Browns in this one. Carolina Panthers take on the Miami Dolphins. I don't think this is even a question. Give me the Dolphins in this one. Then we have the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Florida to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars did beat the Colts earlier in this season in a late fourth quarter comeback, but I think the Colts are better right now. They have Garner Minshew at quarterback, and I think the Colts win this game. Saints taking on the Houston Texans at NRG Stadium in Houston. Derek Carr is back. Alvin Kamara is back for the 3rd week now. Michael Thomas is going. Houston Texans are kind of licking the wounds after the loss last week. You know what? Give me the Saints. I do like the Houston Texans. I think they're doing good things, but give me the Saints. We had the New England Patriots take on the Las Vegas Raiders at Vegas. Vegas comes after a huge win over the Green Bay Packers on Monday Night Football. Josh McDaniels is playing his former team and head coach Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick normally does very good against his old coaching. But the New England Patriots are not a good football team right now. They are resetting for the last 2 weeks. Mac Jones is playing bad. The defense is dealing with a lot of injuries. Give me the Raiders. I'm taking the Raiders in the would it be an upset? I don't know. I'm taking the Raiders. Arizona Cardinals taking the LA Rams at LA. Cardinals are a very good team right now. They're a nice, solid team. Rams are a nice, solid team as well. Give me the Rams. I like the Rams at home. Cooper Kupp. Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New York Football Jets. 4:25 at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Give me the Eagles. Eagles are, they do play down to the competition. They do play down, but I think you cannot play that down to the New York Jets. Then you had the Detroit Lions taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The game of the day, the game of the week. Hell, it might be the game of the year right now. Give me the Bucs. Give me the Bucs over the Detroit Lions. They're at home. Then you have the New York Giants taking on the Buffalo Bills. Sunday Night Football. Give me the Buffalo Bills. Of course, you got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the LA Chargers. Monday Night Football. Give me the Cowboys. Sorry, David. Cowboys are just better than your Chargers right now. But, guys, that is going to be it for the Man Hour this week. Hoffy will be here from the After Hours show tonight, 10 p.m. East Coast time right here at Facebook.com and, of course, YouTube.com. Talk about anything that you guys want. But with that being said, see you guys next week, 10 a.m. Monday morning or after show. Whatever you prefer to join us. Either way, Man Hour Nation, rise up.